Hi, my name is Vicky. My channel is Heartprint Intuitive. I wanted to talk a little bit today about me and where I came from and what my story is and how I came to be doing this channel. First of all, I'm 63 years old and been through a lot of trauma. I lost two husbands within 3 years back in my early 40s. So I've been a widow for a long time. I'm with someone now that I've been with for 17 years. So he is, you might as well say my common law husband. So, I first started getting into spiritualism in my teens. I was a writer, and I've read and wrote, I can't talk today, all my life. I started writing poetry when I was about 12 or 13, and then I got into astral travel. I experimented with a lot of different spiritualism, and then of course I got into my late teens and grew up and went through a lot of trauma in my family and kind of got away from that. Then after my first husband died, I met with a psychic. And she told me, because of losing my husband, that I would be speaking in front of people about my experience, about the spiritualism. That was 20 years ago. And I'm just now doing that with this channel. The night my husband died, I felt him sit down on my bed next to me. I felt the bed go down, and I felt like a touch on the side of my face, and I knew it was him. There was no doubt about it. During that time, I lost about 30 pounds within a month and a half. My husband died of cancer, and my doctor, who was also his doctor, was scared to death I had cancer also. But it wasn't, it was grief. And then I knew I had to start getting back in with people and meeting people, and I met someone who saw me coming. He knew I was a widow, and I probably had a little bit of money, and he pressured me and pressured me and pressured me to get married. I kept saying no, and then I finally relented and married the man. He was abusive, emotionally, verbally, to myself, to my son, who was only 17 at the time. And then he died 2 years after I married him of alcoholism. He had married me because he knew he needed someone to take care of him for the last couple of years of his life. And that's what I did. And it ruined me. I lost my house, lost all my money because of him. I basically had to start over from scratch by myself. And back in my 20s, I had been through a lot of mental illness because of postpartum depression. And that is no joke. I don't remember my son's first words or his first steps. And I was basically a zombie for a couple of years. And then I found the right medications, and I've been stable for a really long time since then. But I attempted suicide several times. And I didn't feel like I was worthy enough to raise my kids. I didn't feel like I was good enough. And during that time, I had some NDEs. And that wasn't the first one. I had had an NDE during a head-on collision when I was 18. And, sorry, my dog is coming to see me. She's wondering who I'm talking to. But, they told me in the NDE that I had a purpose and I needed to be here. And because of the depression, I was feeling very worthless and very, I'd forgotten what they told me. And they reminded me several times during those suicide attempts. But, and it finally took. It finally gave me a purpose to be with my kids, and I tried to be the best mom I could be. My daughter and my son are 5 years apart, and I feel so awful for my daughter and my son what I put them through during that time. Even though it wasn't my fault, I still felt the guilt for years, and I had to let that go. And I understand now where my mother was coming from. I was sexually abused when I was young by my stepfather. And she let it go on. But before she died, she apologized. And that was something that I never thought I'd hear, because she denied it for 30 years. But before she died, she had to get her conscience clear. And I know there was guilt about that. I know there was guilt about all of it. And I know she did the best she could do. She was scared to death of being alone. Her mental health was probably not great either. So, I forgave her. I mean, it was doing nothing but hurting me. I went through a lot of trauma because of it. And I had to let it go, or it was going to eat me alive. So I did. And I don't know what that light is behind me that keeps going off and on and changing colors. I think I've got visitors besides me and my dog. But I truly feel like I finally found my path at 60 years old. I've been watching videos and getting more into spiritualism for the last over 10 years. So it called me, the spirit guides have been pressuring me for months to do these videos. And I've finally gotten to the point that I put 2 out already. This is my 3rd. And I thought it was about time I gave you an idea of who I'm about and what I'm about. So my story has a lot to do with it. And everyone has a story. I'm not unique. Some stories are worse than others. Some are a lot alike. I found out a long time ago that I wasn't the only one who was abused, and, you know, that story is an old story. It's been going on for hundreds of years. So it's finally to the point that women can start fighting back about that. And that's what I want to do. I want to bring awareness to that and let people know that they're not alone. There is a way back. And I feel like I found my way back through spiritualism, and I went to church for years. I was confirmed Lutheran, and took my kids to a Lutheran church and did all of that, and it just didn't make any sense to me anymore. And that's when I got back to spiritualism. And I'm glad I did, because I found my center, you might say. So, I'm going to end this video here. I just wanted to tell you I do channeling, I do automatic writing. I also do tarot cards. I do dowsing rods, I do the pendulum. And I'm getting back into it. I'd like to practice with some people first before I do paid readings. So if you'd like a reading with me, give me a call or put it in my email address. I'm on Facebook also. You can direct message me there, or if you don't have Facebook, I will put it under the video for you. So give me a call if you'd like. Or I'm sorry, don't give me a call. I didn't give you my number, but send me an email or direct message me. And if you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. So, thank you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.